Hello everybody and welcome to today's raid guide. Today we're going to be looking at Scourge of the Past, and this first encounter is going to be kind of simple. When you see spawn, you just kind of want to go up to the middle where the map will be at. So you'll have to just kind of go over some buildings. You can just go straight across if you don't miss the jump like I did. But once you get to the middle of the map on top of the buildings, there will be a berserker here. He will put up this kind of force field around him, and if you just have one person shoot at the red spot in front of him and one person shoot at the spot in the back of him, then his shield will break and you can kill him. Once you kill him, he'll drop a ball. Go ahead and put that into the map. Then the map will spawn and see the little red first off, you'll see a bunch of green places with the little squares above them. That will signify which one they are called. So if they have one square, then they're one. Two squares would be two, and so on. And then you'll see a red dot with a ball above him. That's the one that you want to care about. You don't want to worry about just the little red ones. They won't give you anything good. And the yellow dots will be your teammates and you. So you'll have two people on map. One person will be reading it, and the other one is just going to defend it. Then you'll have four runners. The map people will help guide the four runners to where the guy with the ball is. And then the runners can pick up the ball one at a time, and then the map person will tell them which ball or where they have to deposit at. So once they pick up, they'll say, "Hey, I picked up." The map person will look at it. There will be a yellow guy, like one of your teammates, with circles above them. So then however many circles you have above you is where you need to go. And 5 will be the map. Always, there will always be one of those. And then the other one will just be one of the other 4 places. Just make sure you call that out. Make sure you know where you're going. Go deposit it. When you're going to the one of the 1 through 4 ones, there will be 2 servitors that you have to kill before you can deposit it. So make sure the teammates without anything go over to it to help the ball guy out. And then once you do that, there will be another berserker. Just go ahead and drop him like the same, except for this time the first 2 runners are going to have a debuff called ionized, so they will not be able to pick up a ball. So the other 2 runners will have to pick up the ball this time, and then it's the same thing. So right here, I'm going to show you the servitors that you have to kill. This servitor's the last one, and then he can deposit the ball into the little kind of ball thing. And then just kind of do that 2 more times, and you're off to the next encounter. So once you deposit the last ball, the shield to the hole will despawn. Then you can go ahead and jump through it. You'll get your loot, and then there's plenty of maps online for this maze part. So if you get lost, then you can either look up a map or just kind of leave to orbit and have one of your friends go to the next part and then join back. Whatever you do, just kind of, I'll go show you the pathway from 1. So right here I was looking at the map, checking if I was going the right way. I needed to go this way. And what you're looking for is this little hole in the wall that leads to this room. Then you just jump down it. Follow this hallway up, and this will take you to the Sparrow racing part. Alright, so for the Sparrow racing part, to start it, you want to punch these little panels at the same time. And then you'll want to have like an instant summon Sparrow so you can get your Sparrow out immediately. There will be some buttons that you can press if you want a secret chest. You don't have to press them if you don't want to. If you do press them, you only need to get one person to the end, and if you don't, then you need to get 2 people to the end and melee 2 more doors to stop the servitor from coming to you. So, just for simplicity's sake, I'm going for the buttons. So, there was that one that you saw at the beginning, then there was the one on the top and the one on the bottom. In this part, there's the one on the right and one on the left. This part, there is one on the left and one on the right again. And then the final button, there's only the one on the right. And then if you didn't do buttons, you would go to the right on this area. But since we did buttons, we're going to the left. Go ahead and climb up here. That wall or that rift was just a mistake. Get to this top of the place. You don't have to jump, but once the servitor goes by, then you can jump across and then get your secret chest. This can drop you the exotic ship, or Sparrow I mean, and it can also drop you your mods. And then just kind of fall down here, and this is how you get back to this room. So to get to the next encounter in this room, the easiest way is just to take out your Sparrow, then kind of just go up the wall like that. Just want to kind of keep dodging to the right, and then once you're close, then you can just jump and you should make it up. If you're a hunter, you'll definitely want stompies. And if you don't want to do it that way, then you can kind of climb up the pipes, kind of where these people are doing it. Another way is you can just kind of Dawn Blade or Titan Crash up there. Once you get up here, then just follow this path, mainly hug to the left. Then you can jump down here. If you look to your right, that will be the boss chest room. But just keep going to get to the next encounter. Once you're out of that long loading zone, then you can climb up here. And there will be those 2 panels that you have to punch at the same time again. Once they're punched at the same time, the door will open. You didn't punch that at the same time yet. And then you are in the next encounter. Alright, so for the first phase of the boss fight, there's going to be 2 sets of teams, 3 on the bottom floor and then 3 on the top floor. The first team that I'm going to be showing you guys right now is the top team, and then after I show you the top team, I'll show you the bottom. So start off the encounter, just going to kill the servitor. And then that will open up the bottom areas, and then the 3 people that are bottom team will go in and they'll start doing their thing. Meanwhile, top team, I recommend Borealis highly. It is very useful for killing the shanks. And then just kind of whatever power weapon to kill the servitor. So you're just going to be watching out for those fallen ships that spawn, then just take 2 shots with your Borealis, and then hold X to reload to change the energy type. And then the next set will be ready to be shot down. So right now I arc, so I shot them, just 2 bullets will kill all the shanks, usually. And then I will just change it to the next burn, and that will be what the next ship spawns at. It's very convenient that it rotates the same way. And then once bottom team tells you to kill servitor, you can go ahead and kill it. So again, Borealis, you can shoot just 1 shank 2 times for both sets, and then they just all die. It's really easy. And these shanks do have like a match game to them, so if you use the wrong element, then it does less damage than usual. But after that, just kind of keep doing that until they can do damage, and then just watch them do damage, and it's just rinse and repeat. For the bottom team, you're going to come under here. There will be these panels around the map. If you see that one, do not punch it. It will be kind of sparking with anger and kind of going to all the shapes. Don't punch that one, but you can punch any other symbol and it will give you this aura around you. And you want to make sure that if you have different auras from everybody else, which you should only take the 1 aura, make sure you do not stay near other players with the different auras, otherwise it will tether you and start killing you. So once everybody on the ground team has 1 stack, then go ahead and say kill servitor. And that will reset the little punching things. Then just go ahead and look around for the same one that you already got. So if you had like a square, then go ahead and punch square again. And then that should give you a ×2 stack. Once you have ×2, once everybody has ×2, go ahead and tell them to kill servitor again. And everybody can come out, deposit their stacks into one of these areas, and then start dealing damage with the tanks. Your goal here is to do at least 25% of the damage. It will be shown by the little bars on the health bar. But obviously, if you can do more damage, do it. And then make sure you're also kind of watching out for these rockets that fall from the sky, because those will eventually destroy your ship if you get hit with enough of them. And just try doing as much damage as possible, and after that, it's just rinse and repeat. Alright, so for the final encounter, you are going to want to just go ahead and kill the Berserker in the middle. He'll drop the ball, and then you'll bank it into the map. That's how you start it. And before we start it though, quickly, I want to say there will be 2 people that are going to be running for this. Then there will be 1 person on the map, or I guess 2 people just standing on there to help. 1 person's reading the map though, the other one's just kind of defending and helping break the shields. And there will be 2 people at the 1 or at the top of the map. And then they'll be helping break shields on the boss too. So for the runners, gonna have the map spawn. Map guy's gonna tell you where the red ball is. There will also be the 1, 2, 3 and symbols on there too. So it'll be the same thing as the first encounter for the map guy. So then once you find the berserker, the runners are going to kill him. We'll drop 2 balls, again just 1 person at a time, pick up. Map guy will call out where to go. And then once he tells you where to go, you just go to the place that he says and bank it. And all while the other people that are not running are going to be breaking down the shields on the boss and hitting all of his red stuns. If you don't hit enough of his red stuns, then he will wipe you, so make sure you're prioritizing those over anything else. Right here I banked it in the wrong one by accident, so that's why I died there. So that's why you need to deposit it in the right one. But yeah, you want to break all of the blue shields on him, as well as make sure you're hitting all of the red stuns. The blue shields are his shields. You won't be able to start damage phase without all of those dead. The red stuns are to extend your timer so that you don't just don't get wiped mechanicked. But once you do that, then you can move on to the next berserker. Well, first you should reset your buff. So I died, so I didn't have to reset my buff, but without dying, if you go to the spawn location, I'll show it later in the video, but there's just kind of this hidey hole in the spawn that you can go and reset your buff. It will say joining allies. Once you spawn back in, you won't have it. There's also one, if you go to the right of the map, then there will be like a little ledge on the map that you can stand on and reset your buff there. Again, I'll show those later on in the video. But go ahead and just, so there was one of his red stuns that you had to hit. I was just helping the other teammate out because he just duped the ball, which is possible if you want to do that. I'm not going to show you how to do it here, but I'm sure there's plenty of videos online. And once you get the tank and all of his shields are down, you can go either on his feet or to the green room. A lot of people like green room. Then you can start DPS. You won't have a buff at the beginning of here, so I wouldn't recommend using your heavy weapons or anything. Once he gives you the buff, the radiance buffs, then you can go ahead and go to the places that you called out. So usually people just do CAP, C on left, A on middle, and then P on right. And then just start, make sure you have 2 people on each side coordinating with their teammates, so that one, you're not dying from having different buffs stacked on top of each other, and so that you get a bonus damage buff, which will improve your damage greatly. Then after that will be just a rinse and repeat. Real quick, I want to say that damage wise, I really like Queensbreaker, but other people like Whisper or Darcy, so just kind of use whichever one you want. All 3 of them are great options. And the easiest way for damage phase is to have 3 wells, but you don't need 3 wells, just kind of have to be more careful if you don't. If you don't have 3 wells, I would definitely recommend doing the green room strat and having at least 1 well on the ground middle. But after that, it's just a kind of a rinse and repeat. The other thing I want to mention right here is if you'll see me like holding my grenade after swinging, this is kind of how to your warlock glide. after they fixed it, so you have to kind of jump and then swing and hold, press A at the same time, and then hold your grenade out. And then here's your joining allies spot to reset your timer, your anonized timer, so they can't pick up the ball. Just stand right there, it will reset it, will respawn you, and you can go straight to the next berserker. Here is the other spot for resetting your ionized timer if you ever have to deposit into the top one first. Then it's faster just to go over here and do it rather than go all the way back to spawn. Just go up to the right over here, then stand on the ledge, and you'll join allies. And then once you deal enough damage, then you'll be done with the raid. Hopefully you'll get Anarchy. So once he's dead, you'll drop through his hole that he's came out of before. Head down the hallway right here, the big red door. And there's your chest. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.